And 19 years later, we are honoring those who lost their lives in the deadliest terror attack on American soil. Ceremonies marking the anniversary occurred from New York to Washington and to many communities across the country. In New York City, family, friends, and sub-dignitaries marked the solemn occasion with moments of silence. And in Lower Manhattan, the reading of the names was recorded instead of being read in person by family members because of the pandemic. CBS News' Nancy Chen is in Lower Manhattan. She has been covering the remembrance ceremonies today. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for joining us. So this 9/11 has been different from the others in the past because, of course, of the coronavirus, which is another great tragedy, befalling Americans. Talk to us about some of those changes and what it's been like down there this year.
Absolutely, Tanya. A very different year than years past, indeed. The traditional ceremony that involves that live reading of victims' names by their loved ones was scrapped because of coronavirus. And as you had mentioned, a recorded version from years past was played as loved ones came together to pay their respects. That being said, a separate independent ceremony was held just a few blocks from here in which people were allowed to read the names of those who were killed that day nearly 3,019 years ago. And that was a socially distant ceremony. And Vice President Mike Pence was among those who attended that.
All right. So, Nancy, talk to us a little bit more about the president and presidential candidate Joe Biden. How are they both marking the day and keeping it separate from their campaigning? That's right, Tanya. President Trump starting the day in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, of course, the site of hijacked Flight 93's crash there, killing everyone who was on board. He spoke at a remembrance ceremony there this morning. And former Vice President and presidential candidate Joe Biden is in Shanksville, Pennsylvania right now for a remembrance ceremony after attending one here earlier today in New York City, Tanya. All right. Well, Nancy Chen, thank you so much for joining us.